In our attempts to understand the complex tapestry of world history, it can be helpful to draw parallels between the timelines of different regions. This comparative approach can illuminate patterns, connections, and disparities that might otherwise remain obscured. Here, we embark on a journey that places the historical timeline of Israel-Palestine alongside that of England, in an effort to provide relatable context for those more familiar with English history. In addition, to help navigate the vast scales of time we will be traversing, we'll also highlight significant technological milestones. These serve as tangible markers of human progress and societal change, helping to anchor our understanding of historical eras. This exploration is designed to foster a deeper comprehension of the Israel-Palestine situation, contextualized within the familiar framework of English history and global technological evolution. By considering these narratives side by side, we aim to facilitate a more nuanced perspective on these intertwined histories. 63 BC, Romans invade Israel. Under the leadership of Pompey the Great, the Romans annexed the Kingdom of Judea into the Roman Republic. This event marks the beginning of Roman rule in the region, transforming it into a Roman province, which significantly influenced its culture and faith. In England, during this time, England was inhabited by Celtic tribes known as the Britons. They were largely isolated from the Roman world, living in hill forts and small communities. England wouldn't experience Roman influence until the Roman invasion in 43 CE. This era was marked by Bronze and Iron Age technology. Metallurgy was advanced, with iron becoming a dominant material for tools and weapons. Other notable technologies included the pottery wheel, water mills, and advancements in agriculture and animal husbandry. 70 CE, destruction of the Second Temple. The Romans, under Emperor Titus, sacked Jerusalem and destroyed the Second Temple, a significant place of worship for Jews. This event led to the Jewish diaspora, scattering Jewish populations throughout the world. In England, by now, England was a part of the Roman Empire. The period was marked by Romanization with the construction of roads, towns, and villas. Cities like Londinium, London, and Camulodunum, Colchester, were growing urban centers. The Romans were renowned for their engineering, building aqueducts, roads, and bridges using concrete. They also made significant advances in military technology with a professional standing army, siege weapons, and fortified camps. 135 C. Bar Kokhba Revolt. The Bar Kokhba Revolt was the last of three major Jewish revolts against the Romans. Following its failure, Emperor Hadrian attempted to erase Jewish connection to the region by renaming Jerusalem and Judea. In England, Hadrian's rule was marked by the construction of the iconic Hadrian's Wall in England, a fortified structure meant to keep the northern tribes at bay. The Roman influence on English society, culture, and infrastructure was significant. Roman military technology was further refined with improved armor, weapons, and tactics. Architecturally, Romans were building grand structures like the Pantheon, showcasing advanced understanding of engineering principles. 638 C. Muslim conquest. Jerusalem was captured by Caliph Umar's forces, marking the beginning of Islamic rule. The city and the region at large became an important center of Islamic culture, faith, and administration. In England, this period is known as the era of Anglo-Saxon England. England was divided into several small kingdoms, including Wessex, Mercia, and Northumbria. Christianity was slowly spreading, becoming more entrenched in the social fabric. Early medieval technology included the heavy plow and horse collar, which improved agriculture. There were also advancements in shipbuilding, which would later enable the Viking invasions. 1099 C. First Crusade. Christian crusaders captured Jerusalem during the First Crusade, establishing the Latin Kingdom of Jerusalem. This marked the start of 2 centuries of conflict and fluctuating control between Muslim and Christian forces in the region. In England, a few decades earlier, in 1066, William the Conqueror, Duke of Normandy, invaded England, marking the start of Norman rule. This period witnessed significant changes in English governance, language, and culture. Medieval technology included the introduction of windmills and the heavy plow. The longbow, a formidable weapon, was also becoming increasingly prevalent in English warfare. 1516. Ottoman rule. The region became a part of the Ottoman Empire. It remained so until World War I. The Ottoman period was marked by administrative reorganization and architectural advancements, but also frequent local revolts. In England, the reign of Henry VIII was a time of significant change. The English Reformation began, leading to the Church of England breaking away from the authority of the Pope and the Roman Catholic Church. This transformed not only the religion of the country, but also its political structures. The printing press, first introduced in Europe in the 15th century, was beginning to change the spread of information. In navigation, the compass and the astrolabe were essential tools, aiding the age of exploration. 1917 C. Balfour Declaration. The British government in the Balfour Declaration expressed support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. This was a significant event in the Zionist movement, which sought to establish a Jewish homeland. In England, World War I was raging. This was a period of significant social and political upheaval, with many lives lost in the war. Women's suffrage was gaining momentum, leading to women over 30 and meeting property qualifications, winning the right to vote in 1918. Industrial-era technology was in full swing. Steam engines powered trains and ships, telegraphy enabled long-distance communication, and early flight technology was being used in the war. The first tanks were introduced on the battlefield. 1948 C. Establishment of Israel. Following World War II and the Holocaust, the State of Israel was established. This was a result of the Zionist movement and changing international sentiment following the horrors of the Holocaust. In England was in a period of post-YE recovery. The National Health Service was established in 1948, providing health care for all UK citizens. This was a significant social reform. The dawn of the nuclear age had arrived with the development and use of atomic weapons during YE. Television was becoming a common feature in households, and early computers like the ENIAC were being developed, paving the way for the digital age. 1967 C6. Day War. Israel captured the West Bank, Gaza Strip, Sinai Peninsula, and Golan Heights in the Six-Day War. This significantly altered the geographical and political landscape of the region. In England, the 1960s were a time of significant social change. England won the FIFA World Cup in 1966, a highlight in the nation's sports history. The Beatles were at the height of their popularity, changing music and popular culture worldwide. The space age was underway with the US Air and USA launching manned missions. Color television was becoming more common, and advances in medical technology, such as the heart-lung machine, were enabling new procedures like heart surgery. 1993 C. Oslo Accords. The Oslo Accords were signed by Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO, aiming to achieve a peace treaty based on the UN resolutions. The accords led to the creation of the Palestinian Authority, but a final peace agreement has remained elusive. In England, the 1990s saw a shift in politics with the Labour Party's Tony Blair becoming Prime Minister in 1997. Economic growth was strong, and there were significant developments in areas like education and devolution. The digital age was accelerating. The internet was spreading rapidly, changing how people communicated, accessed information, and conducted business. Mobile phones were becoming common, and digital media was replacing physical formats in music, photography, and later, in film. 2000 C. Second Intifada. The Second Intifada, or uprising, broke out in late 2000 following the failure of the Camp David summit. It was marked by violent clashes, suicide bombings, and military operations, causing significant loss of life on both sides. In England, the turn of the millennium was marked by the completion of the London Eye and the celebration of the new millennium across the country. 2023 C. Current climate. The current climate in Israel-Palestine is complex and dynamic, with peace remaining elusive. Despite various peace initiatives over the years, tensions and conflicts persist. Israel maintains control over the West Bank, though the Palestinian Authority has limited self-rule in parts of it. The Gaza Strip is governed by Hamas, a Palestinian political and military group. Settlements continue to be a major point of contention. Many Israelis live in settlements in the West Bank considered illegal under international law. Though Israel disputes this, the status of Jerusalem is also a major issue, with both sides claiming it as their capital. Periods of relative calm are often interrupted by escalations of violence. Issues of security, national identity, and human rights remain central to the conflict. It is the aspiration of this study that by aligning the intricate timelines of Israel, Palestine, and England, and by invoking key technological advancements as temporal landmarks, we have facilitated a more profound comprehension of the historical epics underpinning the ongoing occupation of Israel. Our aim has been to render the abstract concrete, to make distant epics feel closer, and to provide a relatable framework for understanding the complexities of these intertwined histories.